Thanks for checking out May's edition of Northern BC News for Real Estate Investors. It's been a very eventful month with Premier Clark drumming up business in Asia, as well as Vancouver hosting the LNG conference this month. And there have been a few events that have flowed from those activities. First, Petronas and the government of BC have signed a letter of intent to provide each other with the information necessary to get closer to that final investment decision, which is on track for the end of 2014. Specifically regarding this letter of intent, Petronas has said, "It is vital for Petronas and its partners that the integrated project comprised of Pacific Northwest LNG and Progress Energy Canada Limited remain on track to reach our final investment decision by the end of 2014 to meet energy demands of our Asian buyers." So I continue to believe this is going to be the first project out of the gate. It looks to be very well on track for a final investment decision by the end of 2014. A second letter of intent that was signed this month as Premier Clark was in Asia was a letter of intent for the Woodfibre LNG project. This is very similar to the letter of intent that was signed for Petronas, and where the government and Woodfibre LNG have agreed together to provide each other with the information necessary to move forward. And as far as timelines on this project go, Woodfibre has said Woodfibre LNG is advancing rapidly towards reaching a final decision on the construction of the Woodfibre LNG project. And they've said that they want the project up and running by 2017, and if they want this to happen, they're going to have to get going very quickly on that. And just for those of you who don't know, the Woodfibre LNG project is going to be one that's going to be in Squamish, where the old mill was. So very exciting news for Woodfibre and Petronas. Two other great pieces of news this month have included, number one, the formalizing of the joint venture by LNG Canada, which is Shell, Mitsubishi, PetroChina, and KOGAS, have moved them further towards a final investment decision, and also the signing of Sinopec joining the Petronas LNG plant as a 15% equity partner, and also as a partner who's going to purchase the gas once the plant is up and running. So wonderful to see these projects move forward and again take further steps towards a final investment decision. There's also an update this month on the Site C Dam, which is right close to Fort St. John and Dawson Creek. The Joint Review Panel has released their 457-page report. I've checked it out. It's attached here on the newsletter that I sent out if you want to see it yourself. It outlines the recommendations for the project. It doesn't go so far as saying for sure the project should go through or for sure it shouldn't go through. So what we're doing right now is waiting for the government to make a final decision in the next 4 to 6 months. Again, I don't believe investors are solely investing in this region just because of the Site C Dam. I don't believe that's the main factor driving real estate in the long term in the area, but if it does go through, it's an icing on the cake. The next piece of news for this month is that Russia has entered into an agreement with China to provide them with natural gas here for the next 40 years. And I've had investors ask me, what impact does this have on Northeast BC? And I think it's important to get to the facts. I know a lot of the times you'll read articles saying one thing or another, but at the end of the day, it's important to get to the very heart of what the deal is. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. That deal includes 3.7 billion cubic feet to go from Russia to China every day. To give you some perspective on how much gas that is, that's about the same amount of natural gas that you'd see from one of the larger projects on BC's coast. So while this is a large amount of gas and it's important to keep this on the radar, it's certainly nowhere near going to meet all of the energy demands that China has for natural gas in the coming decades. So if you actually look at what China is expected to consume by 2025, by that year, that natural gas would only satisfy about 1/16 of their natural gas needs. So they're going to be needing to get gas from other places as well. And I don't expect, nor do I believe anyone expects, China to get all of their natural gas from Russia. There's no way that you're going to have one sole provider that has all the power. So you're going to diversify who you're getting the natural gas from. And one of those places is BC. You heard earlier in the news this month that Sinopec has signed an agreement with Petronas to take 15% of the natural gas. So we're already seeing that. And Canada continues to be a very reliable and boring place to get your energy from, and that's what these companies like when they're writing multi-billion-dollar checks. So again, it is something to keep on the radar, but there is a huge market that needs to be satisfied, and I believe BC will be part of the solution moving forward. Another big market that BC plans to provide natural gas to is Korea, and the good news on this front is that the Korea Free Trade Agreement with Canada is going to get rid of the 3% tariff on LNG that would currently be in place. So again, this is very good news when Korea is coming to invest billions of dollars. 3% of a very big number is still a pretty big number here. So big savings for Korea means more likely that they're going to purchase BC's gas. So again, wonderful news on the free trade agreement here. I've been telling you for the last few months that Encana has been selling off a variety of their assets, mostly in the US, and that their plan is to focus on their core assets, some of which are in northeast BC, right near Dawson Creek. I'm happy to report this month that Encana has reported a 75%, actually I'll read it out here. Encana Corporation has confirmed it has increased initial production rates in its Montney Shale drilling program by about 75%. So they're increasing their work in their Cutbank Ridge site, which is just southwest of Dawson Creek. And just as we expected here, this is bringing a lot of jobs into that area that are going to be your renters, very, very high-paying, good long-term jobs. So this is all happening right now, and we're very excited for our investors in Dawson Creek. Activity in Northeast BC continues to ramp up, and we're very excited as jobs and people move into the region and continue to put upward pressure on rents and prices. Thank you again for listening to this month's news. Please, if you've enjoyed it, please like it. Please write comments below if you have any questions. I've also included my contact information in the description. We would love to hear from you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to fire those my way. Also this month we have our feature property, which are the Southview Townhomes in Dawson Creek. There's going to be a link here on the screen where you can check that out. If you missed last month's feature property, our Birch single family homes in Dawson Creek, please click on the other link there where we'll show you those. Very excited for these opportunities that we have in Northeast BC for investors, and I'm always happy to help you out if there's anything you need to make an investment decision for your future. Thank you very much again, and I look forward to seeing you next month.